and welcome to another episode of VALOR Fights. John Morehouse from KMAA-Insider.com here, joined by Adam Primetime Townsend and Tyler Melee Minton. We are live here at the Smoky Mountain Convention Center, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, the house that VALOR built, the home base of this promotion. For VALOR Fights 18, the second all-pro show in the history of this promotion. We got 4 fights for you on this week's episode. First up, Leo Perez from North Carolina makes his return to the area to take on undefeated pro Nick Gehrts.
Leo Perez was the 3FC champion, very well-rounded fighter, trains with Angela Hill, UFC fighter. And we have Nick Gehrts from KMAA, also trains with UFC fighter over in St. Preux. Well-rounded striker, well-rounded fighter, should be an excellent fight between the two featherweights. This
week's main event, it's a big one. 2 of the top pros in the entire state of Tennessee going head-to-head. KMAA's Justin Fisher against Nashville MMA's Ben Brewer.
Yeah, Justin Fisher is a very tough competitor. He's 6-1. He's had some really tough spots. It's always a war with Justin Fisher, so you should see a war tonight as well.
Ben Brewer, seems like the guy fights every single weekend. 10-2, very, very good record. Both fighters known for their cardio. Ben Brewer, tough as nails. Justin Fisher, tough as nails. We're going to see who's tougher tonight comes out with the win.
A reminder, every fight you see this week is professional MMA. That means elbows and knees to the head are legal. All these fights are sanctioned by the Tennessee State Athletic Commission. All fights consist of 3 5-minute rounds. Each round scored on a 10-point must-scoring system. That means the winner of each round gets 10 points. The loser will get 9 or fewer. And these rounds are scored on effective striking, aggression, cage control, and grappling. That's what awaits you on this week's episode of VALOR Fights. And up next, Leo Perez against Nick Gehrts.
This is Miranda. I'm Michelle, and you're watching VALOR Fights on Fox 43.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight will be the VALOR Featherweight Division brought to you by Fracture Fightwear. Your referee for this bout is Jimmy Neely. Introducing first, fighting out of the Hog's right corner. He enters the cage tonight with a record of 1 win, 2 losses. He weighed in 147 pounds. Fighting out of Triple G Academy in Asheville, North Carolina, Leo Perez. Standing across the stage tonight, fighting out of the OEB blue corner with an undefeated record of 2 wins. He weighed 145 pounds. Fighting out of KMAA in Knoxville, Tennessee, Slam Nick Gehrts.
Leo Perez, Nick Gehrts, former 3FC champion against an undefeated pro from Knoxville. We are here at VALOR Fights 18 here on this episode of VALOR Fights. John Morehouse from MMA-Insider.com, joined by Tyler Melee Minton and Adam Primetime Townsend. And gentlemen, this is one of the fights I've really been excited to see. I actually thought coming in, this had a fight of the night feel potential.
That was my prediction, yeah, pre-fight prediction. It certainly was. This might be fight of the night, but Nick looks like he's in a different weight class than Leo right now. No touch of gloves from Nick Gehrts.
Yeah, apparently Leo missed weight by, I think 0.8 pounds coming into this one, so let's see how things go. Nick was part of the first all-pro VALOR show, fight versus Rob Covington, that Adam, you and I actually thought that Nick lost. He won by unanimous decision on all 3 scorecards, 30-27, or it was a split decision. I think it was a split decision.
It was a split decision, yeah.
All right.
Nice.
Whoa.
That's the thing about Gehrts. The thing about Nick Gehrts is he don't care to.
Elbows.
No, Nick's talking to the referee. Nick's always, gosh, them are nasty. You can hear
right to the crown of the head.
Yes, and those are legal, perfectly legal.
You can hear the thunk.
The thing about Nick is, as I hear, he's been working on leg locks like crazy. So watch him going for some leg locks. But Leo ain't gonna lock them elbows. But Nick needs to get off his back. Nick has a problem of putting himself in bad positions in fights. But he's so good off his back, it doesn't matter.
He's kind of got an unorthodox style. I mean, against Covington, we saw him kind of crab walking around looking for that heel hook or that leg lock, and just kind of. You know, he does some odd things in the cage, Tyler. I don't know how many times you've seen Nick Gehrts in action.
Yeah, man, and the thing with these guys who are really good on the ground like that, you know, your way, if you're on top, is to beat this guy. I mean, you want to be pounding on him, beating on him. But the thing is, a guy like Nick Gehrts can easily snag up one of those arms and submit you for it. So it's a very tough spot to be in a guy like Nick Gehrts' guard. So if you're Leo Perez right now, I mean, I'm trying to pass his guard. I'm wanting to pass that guard, get to there, or even possibly stand up.
Adam, and the thing is, Nick's demeanor in there, there's a bit of, I think, a mind game at work with Nick Gehrts. And just the way that he acts and the things that he does, I'm not saying unsportsmanlike, but they're things that, they're going to get under an opponent's skin sometimes, I think.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, he comes in there, he smiles, he has a good time out there, but the thing with somebody that does things like that you've got to make them not have a good time in there. You've got to start punishing them. You got to start hitting them with crazy submissions.
Gehrts with the arm.
Looking up to look a triangle now, but Leo's doing good posturing out of it. He does everything right. Watch him crab walk to him trying to grab a leg. Hicks is very unorthodox. He don't give a damn.
We got some blood from Leo Perez right now too. Maybe those elbows.
If I was Leo, I would just head kick
him.
him right now and take my point.
Leo is, he's got that Golden Gloves background as a boxer. He's got some pretty good wrestling as well. I've seen out of him. Again, a former 3FC champion, former MMA Insider Amateur Fighter of the Year nominee. Head kick by Gehrts there. Oh! I think that was a slap, but lands in a bad position. And now we're kind of back where we were.
He said, get up. I mean, that punch can landed whether Nick wants to smile about it and think that it did or not. I'll tell you what, I trained with Leo, I've trained with Nick. Leo actually throws some pretty good body shots. So I'm kind of curious to see if he lets them go on Nick. Nick's is a lighter fighter, and he don't have that big of a body. So look for the body shots to work on both fighters now. Especially
and Leo Perez does have knockout power, guys. His one pro win, I believe it came in 11 seconds for Fight Lab. So he can't put you to sleep in a hurry. And on a night where we've seen several sudden knockout finishes here at VALOR 18, it's kind of been the theme of the night. So at any point, don't be surprised if Perez is able to drop Gehrts and win this fight here.
Well, too, you got to think that, okay, Nick has done some flashy things on the ground, flashy things on the feet.
Oh, big knee there.
Yeah, but at the same time, he's had his back against the fence. He's had his back against the ground.
Ooh, elbow. Nice little elbow there, Tyler.
Yeah, and it is important to remember, too, that the whole time, even though Leo, he was in Nick's guard, and Nick had an active guard, Leo was raining down punches the entire time. So Leo's been very active when he does have it.
Told you, he likes to go for them leg locks. He's going to go for them from every position.
He actually was grinning down at me before he dropped down trying to get that leg lock. Nick Gehrts is
he's fun to watch, dude.
He is a unique character. He can fight, too.
Nice little tie clinch. That's a very good tie clinch right here. He's got his hands on the crown of the head instead of the back of the neck like a lot of fighters do. And now what Gehrts needs to look to do is get a left underhook and look to turn off the cage instead of doing that. So now he's going for a leg lock. He gets caught in the elbow, but there comes the knee bar.
Looks like Gehrts will get one of them feet.
Here goes for a heel hook. Now he's going for a heel hook. Yep. Trying to go for a nastier hook. This is actually a nastier heel hook. Then
I like all these little shots Gehrts is going for. He don't just go for a submission. He actually goes to land a whole lot of shots, make you not think about the submission, and then he goes for it.
Nice knee.
What a round this has been. Ooh, man.
It's a hard one to score right here, Mr. Morehouse.
It is. I'm glad I don't do that. Let those judges do that so we can criticize them later and nitpick.
Yes, most definitely.
Adam, you and I said coming in, we thought this could be a fight of the night candidate, and that first round definitely delivered. Without a doubt, the most entertaining round we've seen so far here tonight at VALOR 18.
Yeah, hey, Tyler, I want to get your pick first on who do you think won that round?
Man, it's hard. I know why you're asking my pick because Leo was doing a good job grinding him, putting his back against the cage, which I like to do. I really think I would give it to Leo just because of that control. Nick was super active on his ground, though, when he was on his back. He was active when his back was against the cage. So, I really wouldn't be surprised if that round does go to Nick. I'm just going by traditional judging. I do think that they would probably give Leo that round, but man,
that's one thing with traditional judging, like you're talking about, with people being on their back and cage control and stuff like that. But Nick Gehrts come over and said, I do like them kicks. Let's go. He's looking over at me, winking at me.
You know, you mentioned traditional judging, but in my opinion, we saw non-traditional judging the last time Nick fought. So I'm inclined to give it 10-9 to Gehrts just based off that.
Yeah, we'll give it 10-9 Gehrts.
Because we last fight, Covington 30-27 clearly.
Yeah,
nope, Gehrts wins.
Aaron Turner doing a good job by giving Nick Gehrts a little bit of extra time by dropping some ice around the corner. Very, very good veteran move by Coach Turner.
Very smart coach. He's a very smart coach. I think it just depends on how the judges want to judge it. If they want to give points for control, if they want to give points for activity. Because I do think Nick was a little bit more active than Leo.
Yes,
I just feel like Leo had the control.
See, that's the thing too. When I trained with Leo, it was more of the pity pat style of punching that he has, and then he rips a big one.
Oh! That was a slip. And now Gehrts is.
Nick's is laying. Nick Gehrts playing dead. This is incredible.
I've never ever.
As I said in
seen
November.
that character in a fight.
As I said in November, it's like watching Bugs Bunny in an MMA fight.
Wow.
It is like watching a Looney Tunes character in an MMA fight with some of the stuff that Gehrts pulls off, and it works. It's incredible.
Good head movement. Oh, slip from the referee. Jimmy
Neely with a nice
Jimmy Neely got a
sprawl.
slip over there. Yeah. Got a split.
Standing 8 camp for referee Jimmy Neely.
I'll tell you what, Leo's throwing that right hand with some steam on it, boys.
He's got that power, guys. I mean, I'm telling you, you know.
You got to think how frustrating it must be for a guy like Leo Preux, though, when you give a guy your best shot, and then a guy like Nick Gehrts kind of laughs about it, jokes around about it. You know, that has to kind of weigh on you a little bit.
Well, if you got guys like St. Preux and Isaac Fine hitting you in the gym every day, and Jason King kicking you in the head, that's going to toughen up your chin in a hurry, or just erase your chin, and you won't be fighting anymore.
I've trained with Nick Gehrts several times too, and he don't care. He's slippery out here.
There is some moisture on the mat. I can see it from here, right by us, here at the cage.
He said that's a good kick. The thing that Nick's doing though, he's throwing one punches. That's something we've talked about before. Oh, looks to get a takedown. He's got his hands. He's blocking his hands. He's going to look to run the pipe right here on Preux.
Preux with some good takedown defense here.
I think it's a good plan for Nick Gehrts because he's already proven, you know, he's very, very active. But we also said that Leo Preux might have the advantage of the control, but by Nick Gehrts doing this, it shows that he can also do the exact same thing that Leo can do. And if he can get him down and make something of it, he can prove that not only can he do it, he can do it better.
Maybe trying for a Jonathan Pierce style big suplex slam if he can get him.
Super high.
Preux punching to the back
little
there.
punches are some wild. We had a little light issue happen here.
Got some mood lighting for a second there as the action continues.
And these little shots from Gehrts right here to the thigh, they do numbers. You know, you wouldn't think that.
Oh!
But Leo comes out and throws another big right hand.
It's been a very entertaining fight.
Yeah, so far I think it's delivering fight of the night, definitely.
Absolutely.
Hey, this is the first one that's went. The second one went past the first round, so of course it's delivering. But like I was saying earlier, Nick has got to quit throwing ones and twos. He's got to throw threes and fours because Preux is backing up every time. There goes that nice body shot from Preux I was talking about earlier. And his corner's calling it. Nice leg kick from Preux. You know, Preux, he trained with Angela Hill, strawweight UFC fighter.
Very good Muay Thai fighter, Angela
Most definitely.
Hill. And now Leo looking to maybe set up a shot or something. You wonder, you know, maybe a big combination with that boxing background, Tyler.
He's talking to the other corner now.
Leo's doing a really good job again at controlling the round. He's controlling the center of the cage, making Nick move. And again, man, it's very, very little, but it could be enough to win the rounds.
Spinning back fist.
You know, I think the best thing Nick could be doing right now is trying to be a little bit more active. You know, use that exciting style, but use it in a more pressuring way.
Has either of you ever fought a guy that kind of
Leo kind of taunting him now. This has turned into a real fun fight for these boys. I tell you what, they talking to each other. He said it didn't hurt.
Has either of you ever fought a guy who kind of acts like Nick Gehrts does inside the cage?
Never.
I've never fought a guy like that. I'm not sure there's a guy
good right
like
hand
that
from
but Nick
Gehrts.
Gehrts.
Gehrts showing some pretty good combinations now.
Oh. Nice double leg. He needs to lock his hands together and suck his hips out of the cage. He's used head pressure.
Getting late in the round.
Punches, yeah.
If he can get a decisive takedown here, Tyler, that could be sway very heavily in his favor with the judges.
I do think that would seal the deal. Still much time left in the round.
Kind of a battle
it goes to if at this point you actually consider this a takedown. At this point, the man's on his hip. Not a takedown yet, but if he can pull his to his back, I think he solidifies that takedown.
Has he got a leg try? I can't really tell if he's got a leg try. It looks like he's trying to get
Final 10 seconds here.
Here
we go. Oh, Gehrts with another slip, and that's where we're going to end the round.
In the round.
Back for round 3, possibly poised for our first time going to the judges here at VALOR 18. I don't know, I kind of feel like that takedown for what it was kind of put that around in Gehrts' favor. Adam, how do you have this fight scored at this point?
Both of them did. I mean, they both landed some punches, did land some punches, but in my opinion, that takedown pretty much sealed another round for Gehrts. So we might be looking at a who wins the third round wins this fight type of deal. But like we said, the judges, you never know.
Yeah, I feel like Leo did a good job pressuring Gehrts. He controlled the center of the cage, but he didn't really do anything with it. There wasn't a lot of action with it. And then right there at the end of the round, Nick Gehrts shot in, got into the cage, took him down. In my opinion, that solidified the win of that round for Gehrts. I have it 1-1 right now.
Definitely, without question, been a very entertaining fight. A good clash of styles, lots of stuff happening, lots of different techniques. Then the unorthodox mannerisms and demeanor of Nick Gehrts. Had some kind of trash talk and laughing and smiling between these two guys as they're slugging it out.
Right.
So,
and Nick Gehrts did not want to touch gloves once again. Leo looked over and stuck his arm out. And Nick does not want to touch gloves.
Blows a kiss to him, I believe.
Now he blew a kiss. Nick Gehrts very correct.
You got to wonder why he doesn't want that hand tap either. Does he have something planned right off the bat? You know, a guy like Nick Gehrts is liable to come right out and throw a Superman knee.
It's like, I just hate I hate the reset. I like to go out there, when it's time to fight, I like to go out there and go forward and don't like the reset. And that might be the same thing that he's dealing with. You know, he's got to go out there and touch gloves and reset and have to do it again.
So here we go, third round. Most likely whoever wins this round is going to win the fight. Pretty even, been back and forth.
Another good hook.
You know, Preux has that boxing background, but Nick Gehrts is no slouch on the feet either, guys.
Nice kicks. Them kicks are starting to add up for Preux, though. I'm telling you, he's limping on that leg, and it's turning a little bit of a different color. And then there we go, Gehrts with his kick of his own.
Another shoot attempt, trying for the leg, trying for the heel hook, the leg submission.
That's a good leg saddle right there. That's a good leg saddle that he's got. He's pulling mermaid guard.
It's like Gehrts going for the heel hook.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, gosh.
He's got the heel hook. Leo trying to counter.
Gehrts doing a good job rolling with it.
Oh, the other leg. Gehrts got good control with the legs, guys. But he's on his back. He needs to get off his back and start trying to win this round.
And going for those leg locks like you said at the start of this fight, Adam.
Yeah, like I said, he's got some good leg locks. I think Nick was about to bite his toe.
The thing about leg locks, they're very effective. They're hard to train, you know, especially if you go against a guy who trains them a lot. One thing about it, though, in the third round, both fighters are very sweaty. It's a little bit harder to hold a foot lock, you know, especially when you're slipping. Both fighters are sweaty. Sometimes there's blood involved.
Why wouldn't Nick just get on top?
And now Nick trying to land in some sort of side control. Leo able to defend. Leo's got some good ground defense.
Nice.
And a takedown by Perez.
Nice.
And just like in the last round, that takedown
talking to the corners.
That takedown can figure prominently if this thing goes the distance, guys. Gehrts is pretty dangerous on his back, though, Tyler. So if you're Leo, you got to be aware as he lands some of those elbows again.
And he looks very comfortable here, and that's a very good thing because he can be looking for submissions. But if the judges do have it scored 1-1, if he gets too comfortable and lets this round end right here, you know, Leo could very well get the win.
Kind of hard to see right now. Got obscured by referee Jimmy Neely, but that's okay, Tyler.
He's
got a pretty good angle on it.
head punches.
Yeah, man. Nick's sitting here getting punched a little bit, throwing some elbows, and talking to his opponent's corners the entire time.
I have never seen a fighter do the things in the cage that Nick Gehrts does. And now Nick kind of flailing away with some punches from the bottom.
I love how active Nick is. You know, if he's in a spot that, you know, traditionally would be a losing spot, he's still so active. It's hard to say he's losing in that position.
And I think that works to his advantage. I mean, he certainly did in the Covington fight, Adam, just the way Nick's able to stay active all the time.
Judging is scored on a lot of different things, but the main thing that I judge for when I'm really judging a fight is cage control. If you're the person is constantly backing up and the person is constantly on their back and got their back against the cage, they're losing the fight in my eyes. Once again, I feel like Nick Gehrts is definitely losing this round. He had it's probably a very close first round. He definitely won the second round, and here goes another round that's up for grabs. Leo's doing good pressure, throwing some good kicks, throwing some good body shots, and some good punches.
And control in the center, too.
Exactly.
I mean,
most definitely. That's the biggest thing, in my opinion, is whoever's controlling and going forward has a big difference.
a lot of those punches by Gehrts that were landing in the first 2 rounds are not landing now. You know, Perez has still been able to maintain that head movement and that defense. They're just kind of jabbing at each other, guys. Gehrts trying to shoot.
And Gehrts, instead of shooting, winds up on his back. Now he's in half guard, and this is a very dominant position. This is my favorite position to do ground and pound in. The very, very few submissions that you can get caught in from top half guard. So let's see if Perez looks to stay right here for a minute.
Gehrts with some shots to the body.
Gehrts probably looking for that super high percentage Kimura right here.
Tyler, you know, I think it's a close fight by all accounts. What do you think is going to be the difference here as we enter the final minutes of this fight?
I think we're seeing the difference right now. Leo Perez stays where he's at. You know, I think he takes the round and very quite possibly the fight. He's controlled the round so much right now. Even if Nick was to get out, I feel like Nick might have to do something extraordinary to take the round and take the fight, which Nick's very, very capable of doing. Kind of an odd stand-up
I like
there.
the stand-up, but that's a horrible stand-up from the referee, in my opinion. There's no way that should be a stand-up. Hey, you know what? One thing we're not seeing, Nick Gehrts has not threw up tonight, not one time.
He didn't against Covington either.
I don't know if you knew that, Tyler, but Nick Gehrts has actually threw up about 4 times in fights that he's had.
Is that like his good luck charm?
It was there at first, I think. I think he got DQ'd once for it in a kickboxing match. Final 10 seconds.
Let's see what happens.
Look at them both kind of jawing. And that's it.
Yeah, excellent fight between the two
Not
guys.
showing sportsmanship. Excellent fight here at VALOR 18. Very entertaining. We're going to
Leo
go
jumps up like he won. Gehrts jumped up like he's won.
Well, what do we think, Tyler?
Let's see if we can get one.
Tyler, what do you think? Who you got?
It's hard to judge. Like, you're going to have to see on how they judge round one. In my opinion,
Leo Danger Perez, baby. Top 145 in the Southeast.
Let's see what the
I can
judges
tell
have to say
Leo
about
Perez
that.
or he's an insider. I personally think Perez won 29-28.
I've got the fight 29-28 Leo Perez as well.
I'm with you on that. I do want to add notice to the fact that Leo Perez just told a 145er that he is the best 145er in the area. I think Adam Townsend just kind of
Leo
let that
Perez,
slip by
anytime,
without
any place,
noticing.
big guy. Leo Perez, I'm calling you out.
All right, we're going to go to Cody for the official decision here at VALOR 18.
Come on, man, over here, buddy. Right here, we'll face the camera, gentlemen. Thank you for a good fight, both of you.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 hard-fought rounds of action, we got your judges' scorecards for a decision. Judges score this bout 29-28, 29-28, and 30-27, all for your winner by unanimous decision out of the red corner, Leo.
Up next, a closer look at the Knoxville Martial Arts Academy here on VALOR Fights. The Knoxville Martial Arts Academy is located in Knoxville, Tennessee, and is home to many of the area's top professional fighters, including UFC top 10 ranked light heavyweight Vince St. Preux. VALOR Fights is the home promotion to many of their up-and-coming fighters, and now we take a closer look at some of KMAA's top prospects in action.
Ladies and gentlemen, your next fight will be in the VALOR Featherweight Division, brought to you by Complete Fighter Apparel. Your referee for this bout will be Josh Ford. It's the first fighting out of the Hog's red corner. Tonight brings a record 1 win, 3 losses. He weighed in 144 pounds. Fighting in the Fit Factory in Sevierville, Tennessee, Billy the Kid Martin. And across the cage tonight, fighting out of the OEB blue corner. He brings in a big record 1 win, 2 losses. He weighed in 145
between two East Tennessee gyms, bragging rights on the line. Billy Mullins against James Adcock. Fit Factory versus KMAA here at VALOR Fights 18. John Morehouse, Tyler Minton, Adam Townsend calling all the action. Prime time, yes, prime time in melee. For two guys who are known for being pretty well-rounded. No slouch on the ground, either man. So maybe a little bit of a different type of fight from some of the huge knockouts and other crazy finishes we've seen.
Oh, might have spoke too soon on that one.
I might have. Goodness.
It's already over, boys. Billy Mullins, Billy Mullins had a hell of an amateur career. He came up through the ranks as a hell of a fighter. But, when it comes down to it, he's had that button pushed too many times. And, once your jaw goes, it's gone. And he got caught early.
That seemed what do you think about that stop?
I think there'll be an argument that it was too early. Not saying it was too early. The ref's job is to protect the fighters. So, if he saw something that we didn't see in there that worried him, but I guarantee you'll hear the argument that was way too early. Definitely took less damage than some of the guys we've seen tonight.
And this is also the third time here at VALOR 18 that we've seen a KMAA guy score a knockout victory in less than a minute. We've had 10-second head kick by Jason King, 8-second head kick by Isaac Fine, and now however many seconds that was for James Adcock.
And picking knockout of the night winner tonight is going to be a tough decision for whoever does that.
I feel like all the fighters got together and plotted to get us out of here really early. So I'm not going to complain about that, but this is going to be one of the fastest ending fight cards I've ever seen.
And now that Tyler has jinxed us on whatever awaits for the remainder of the evening, we'll go to Cody Gwynn for the official word and the announcer for your winner by knockout, James Adcock.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Josh Moore is going to stop this fight at 11 seconds into the first round. Your winner by TKO, James Adcock.
Following a very unfortunate no contest in his pro debut, the Asian Persuasion Jason King returned to the VALOR cage to take on James Foster.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your first bout, brought to you by Nick Easton and Adcock, will be in the VALOR welterweight division. Your referee for this bout will be Josh Ward. It's looking first, fighting out of the Hog's red corner, holding a professional record of 1 win with 6 losses. He weighed in 155 pounds. Fighting out of reserve combat in Clinton, Tennessee, James Foster. Standing across the cage, fighting in the OEB blue corner. Today he brings in a record of 0 wins. 0 losses with 1 no contest. He weighed in 166 pounds. Fighting out of KMAA in Knoxville, Tennessee, the Asian Persuasion, Jason King.
Start from the bell. Go. I guess I start from the bell. I'm just kind of recording, right? All right. Go. All right, here we go. Jason King versus James Foster. And immediately, King with a big front kick to the body.
Smoke.
Here with Adam and Tyler. Big head kick by King.
This is probably
That's a free kick win.
Jason King wins so quickly here at VALOR 18 that myself, Adam Townsend, and Tyler Minton do not have time to introduce ourselves.
Wow.
Adam, guys, any take on that?
I just want to say Jason King is an absolute animal, and James Foster, come out, took a fight on week's notice, and is just now waking up. It's a great fight. Jason King.
A fight won by 3 kicks, literally. Kick to the body, kick to the head, third one landed over that quick, man.
That is a pretty good pay per second that you get when you extrapolate that.
Yeah, wow. Important to note, King sitting over here very, very respectful, even though he just knocked out his opponent very eventually, very, very respectful in victory, and that's always a really cool thing to see.
Adam, you have trained significantly with Jason in the past. Give us some insight on his kicks and his ability to land those kicks.
Jason started off as strictly Taekwondo, and his kicks are real slappy, and then he's trying to make the transition a little bit more of a Thai kick and stuff, working with everybody at KMAA. So his kicks are obviously pretty hard now. A lot more, used to that kick would just slap him across the face, but now he's got the knockout power from it. So, all right.
Cody Gwynn is going to give us the official winner. Once again, Jason King by knockout via head kick here at VALOR Fights 18.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Josh Moore is going to stop this fight. 10 seconds into the first round. Your winner by knockout, the Asian Persuasion, Jason King.
As you can tell, Knoxville Martial Arts Academy fighters don't get paid by the hour. And there's no better example of this than Isaac Fine, who's in action now on VALOR Fights.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your next fight will be the VALOR Heavyweight Division, brought to you by Chips Transmission. Your referee for this bout will be Josh Moore, introducing first, fighting out of the Hogs red corner. He holds a professional record, 2 wins, 2 losses. He weighed in 242 pounds. Fighting in Section 8 MMA in Lexington, North Carolina, Sam Burns. Standing across the stage tonight, fighting in the OED blue corner, brings in an undefeated record, 1 win, no losses. He weighed in 230 pounds. Fighting in KMAA in Knoxville, Tennessee, Isaac
VALOR 18, the big boys, the heavyweights. Isaac Fine going against Sam Burns. Both are regulars for this promotion as amateurs and pros. Sam took this fight on less than a week's notice, so big credit to him for doing that. We'll have to see if he can counter the strength and the jiu-jitsu of Isaac Fine in this one. John Morehouse, Adam Townsend, and Tyler Minton here calling the action. And Adam, you are a big Isaac Fine. Oh my goodness!
Kick knockout. Oh my! Whoa! Jeez Louise, I did not see that coming.
These KMAA guys with their head kicks, man, they're setting a standard tonight.
We barely got, man, Isaac Fine. And Sam Burns is in a bad way here. Goodness. Adam, we've seen Isaac with his ground ability and all of that, and now Sam Burns is just in a bad way here. I think we're going to go on and step away, wait for the official word. Isaac Fine, the winner by knockout.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Josh Moore is going to stop this fight 8 seconds into the first round. Your winner by knockout, Isaac Fine!
All right, we're here with your winner, Isaac Fine. 8-second head kick knockout. Is it something you saw in Sam's game coming into the fight, or tell me about it?
I did exactly what he told me to do. Double jab kick, that ended the fight.
Fight's over, right? 2-0, 3-0 now, right? 2-0. I was giving you extra credit for that knockout. What's next for you?
Just look at my schedule, look what we got coming up, and then go from there. Back to training 6 days a week.
Definitely impressive performance tonight. Any sponsors, any shout outs you want to give?
Major thank you to Tactical Medical League for, Coach Eric Turner, Professor Samuel Braga, Gracie Baja. Thank you for everybody that's contributed to this moment.
Isaac Fine, everybody.
Next up on VALOR Fights, it's the main event of the evening as Ben, the Roller Brewer, takes on Justin Fisher. That's coming up next here on VALOR Fights.
Ladies and gentlemen, your main event is brought to you by Hogs Upstairs Tavern. And it's sanctioned by the Tennessee State Athletic Commission and Director Jeff Mullins. Your timekeeper for this bout will be Chandler Goins, and your judges at K-Side are James Lyles, Thomas Brooks, and Neil Fraward. When the action begins, your referee for this bout will be Josh Ward. VALOR Fights 18, are you ready for your main event? This will be the VALOR middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the Hogs red corner with a professional record of 10 wins with only 2 defeats. He weighed in 179 pounds. Fighting out of Nashville, MMA in Nashville, Tennessee. Ben, the Brewer. Standing across the cage line, fighting out of the OEB blue corner with a record 6 wins with only 1 defeat. They weighed in 183 pounds. Fighting in KMAA, Knoxville, Tennessee.
It is main event time here at VALOR Fights. Justin Fisher headlining another all-pro show here for VALOR against Ben Brewer, 2 of the top professional fighters in the state of Tennessee. Don't matter what weight class you're talking about. These are 2 of the best. Fisher tried to come over on his way in the cage, kind of touch gloves with Ben Brewer. Brewer declined. So a lot of intensity, a lot of energy, and really a lot on the line here, guys, with two fighters who are right there, I feel like, on the cusp of a major promotion. The winner's going to still be on that track. The loser's going to have some work to do.
Good straight left hand. Good punching straight out the box from Fisher. Brewer's game though. That's the thing. Ooh, head kick. Brewer's game. That's the thing. You can't Ben Brewer out of a fight no matter what happens.
You know what? I've seen both these guys fight in person before, and maybe it's just because Brewer is maybe younger and has maybe grown a little more, like physically grown. But he is a bigger fighter than Fisher, even though Fisher is typically, in this middleweight division, which is where this fight's being contested.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Good
both
hook.
fighters threw hard shots. Not even really sure which one landed it, but it sounded like a gun went off.
Yeah, Brewer goes for the double leg right here on top of us.
Fisher needs to work on to get some underhooks right here or make a move from right here. Ben's still not able to get the takedown. Looking for a little trick
Brewer
now.
hooking the leg
Fisher
here.
trying to block it.
Getting straight to mount.
Brewer is
taking him
very
out on the way
dangerous
down.
submission game. He is a guy who finishes fights. He's a guy who fights a ton, fought a ton as
What's
an
the
amateur.
arm bar or the
He
triangle?
sometimes would fight.
Brewer
That's
snagged
what I
it.
talked about. He said that he couldn't let Brewer do. He couldn't let Brewer catch an arm bar or a quick submission early.
Very slick jiu-jitsu from Brewer. As an amateur, sometimes he would fight, 2 weekends in a row. Already's had, I believe 12 pro fights and just
He's
made his
coming
pro
around the back.
debut.
I think Fisher's about to be out over here very shortly unless he's trying to get the triangle.
Fisher's doing a very good job staying composed, not really worried about it. Looking for a way he can end up on top if he does get out.
Nice, and he's out.
Nice
Very
defense by
submission
Fisher.
defense.
Good movement
Very
by
nice.
Fisher.
You got to watch out for the Kimura right here from Ben Brewer as well. Ben Brewer's got a very nasty Kimura. His corner's
From
already
side control?
calling for it. No, not from side control. He
Okay.
actually has a nasty Kimura. No jokes. No pun intended for this time. And now he's already setting it up like I told you. So
There you go. Fisher, though, is still on top.
put that right elbow in his rib cage right there and posture up.
A lot of technique on the ground on display here so
Yeah.
early in this fight, Tyler.
Yeah, Brewer doing a really good job going for different submissions. But the thing is Fisher's not really giving into him. And, Fisher's maintaining that top position. Fisher's staying calm, controlling the position. So I still think it's a good spot for Fisher to be in.
Ben don't care to be on his back either, and Justin don't care to be on top smashing people. So this is perfect position for both of them. And here comes.
And
It's
now
a great
Fisher's got
position
big,
for
hard
Fisher to be
punches
in
from
here.
From Justin Fisher. Justin Fisher got to be careful not to get his back taken right here. He needs to swim his right arm in. He needs to swim his right arm in and turn towards him.
Brewer is trying to.
Brewer trying to sink hooks here to take us back.
Now he needs to swim his left arm under and catch that. There he goes. Nice, very nice control.
Up against the cage, which we've talked about, the most grueling part of a fight for these competitors. Fisher he's always so calm and composed. I mean, I've seen fights where he is, on top dominating. I've seen fights where he's been bloodied, by his opponent. But no matter what's going on in a fight, Fisher just seems to always have that same demeanor.
Fisher needs to get head control. The thing that Fisher needs to do right now. He's not using any type of head posture position. Watch out for the knee. Watch out for the head kick.
Then keep in mind here, both fighters known for their cardio, great cardio. So even in these positions, they're breaking. They're fresh as they were when they started, and that has to work for both of them here.
Brewer does have knockout power.
Good uppercut.
Scored a KO win for Bellator last May. Oh, and now Fisher showing
taking
some hands of
advantage.
his own. He had Brewer backpedaling on that.
Looks like
Fisher's
Brewer was
corner's
hurt a
home.
little bit. Brewer immediately take that though and drove Fisher forward. I still think though that
Kind of like a
they
cow
just
catch.
did
I
hurt
like to
him.
call this submission right here, or not submission, but kind of. Now Brewer's got his head out and using head control. Good knee from. Little incidental nut shot here.
A bit of a stoppage for an incidental low knee.
A double nut knee. Double knee nut. Double nut knee.
A simultaneous
nut shot.
Very
Yes.
unintentional there. Fisher
Both of them.
constantly apologizing.
It happens. It happens to me once a fight normally, or an eye poke, something, or a broken ankle, something of the thing.
Break your ankle just taking a step, too. I know who do that.
It's been a very exciting round, though. I mean, both guys have Ben Brewer showed the early submission. Fisher got on top, then Brewer, took his back for a minute, and then, you had the stand-up that kind of landed a little bit for Justin Fisher. And I believe we're about to regain action right now. Ben's ready to go.
If you want to
Touch
see
glove.
like what MMA is all about, all the different aspects, the striking, the grappling, the submissions, the cage control, this round's really had a little bit of everything.
Ooh, nasty
Slip by
leg
Brewer.
Awesome kick by Fisher.
Just took his leg right out from
Justin's got to
under
be
him.
careful though not to get caught in some crazy submission. He's throwing some wild punches and stuff like that, and Brewer catches those from weird angles, so you got to be very careful.
Fisher's doing a really good job of taking advantage of this, though. You know, every time he seems to have Brewer hurt, he takes advantage of it really quick. But as Adam said, man, Brewer is really good at pulling off submissions in these positions.
And Brewer recovers quickly, you know, when he gets in those bad spots.
Brewer's game, boy. That's what I'm saying. Brewer is one of the most game fighters in Tennessee. Period. He don't give up. He don't quit, and he's a very, very well-rounded fighter.
When Adam, you were there when Brewer made his pro debut, I think a couple years ago in this same building against Corey Popplewell, a Muay Thai specialist who you both know pretty well, I believe.
Mm-hmm. And he had a heck of a fight against him too, and had some good exchanges, and ended up catching Corey and Kimura. So I tell you, I'm very familiar with Ben Brewer, very familiar with Justin Fisher. Both these fighters are putting together a hell of a round. But you know, in my opinion, Justin Fisher's dominating this round, especially in the latter part of this round right now.
One round in the books here in our Valor Fights main event for this week, and I think that was a round that Fisher won. It was sort of back and forth early, but after the stoppage for the inadvertent low knee, Fisher really was able to assert himself.
Yeah, I think I'd give that round to Fisher myself. You know, both fighters did a really good job of taking advantage of the situations they were given. I feel like Fisher spent more time in control, though.
Yeah, most definitely. Fisher stayed in control a lot more of the round. The biggest scare, the only thing that really happened that was to Ben Brewer's favor is just the armbar at the first. Very slick armbar, but very, very good submission defense coming from Justin Fisher. Looking to go out and see what happens in the second round. It should be another exciting round. 10-second clap, and here comes the start of the second round.
Round two getting ready to begin. Have to see how Brewer comes out. You know, what his corner, you know, I was curious about that. Does your corner tell you, are you down around, are you up around, that kind of thing? And we'll just have to see what happens here, what Brewer can pull off, or if Fisher can continue to be on the roll that he enjoyed there at the end of that first round.
Eye poke looked like, maybe. Nice little punch.
Both
elbow.
Wading in and throwing shots here early.
Fisher got that chin up and winging them, boys.
Fisher's got some good boxing, you know.
Ben Brewer's exhausted, guys. I hate to say it, but Ben Brewer is already tired.
I do think that's playing a large role in this round here.
Oh, man. Big combo
Fisher
by
with some
Fisher.
hard shots.
Brewer's in trouble. And that's
He's got to be
surprising.
careful, though. He don't care. He's like a sopping bumper.
That is surprising to see Brewer gassing like that. I mean, Brewer's been known for his cardio, and he goes down.
He said, get up, big boy.
Brewer
Justin Fisher said, hop on up, big boy.
Just teeing off on Brewer now.
Brewer's got a freaking chin, boys. I hate to tell you, but Brewer has a chin.
Those shots are hard, too. These
Now,
shots
elbows
landed by
by
Fisher
Fisher.
aren't easy.
Tyler, I'm honestly surprised to see Brewer kind of, you know,
What's the head
gassing
arm
and
choke?
showing
Fisher
some
has a
fatigue
very
like
nice
this.
head arm choke, and now he's in mount.
I think
Getting
those
out.
shots are doing it, man. You know, Fisher's landing a lot of shots, and they're not easy shots. You know, he's throwing everything he's got into him. They're all very, very hard shots. I think that's draining him.
Firing away with punches and hammer fists.
He's over.
That's it.
And there we go.
That
Fight is over.
Justin Fisher, TKO. Round two over Ben Brewer. I think this is a fight that a lot of people thought was going to be one of those 3-round wars. A fight that was going to be, you know, or maybe a decision. But Justin Fisher, he changes those plans, and he comes out. And for the second time in 2 All-Pro shows for Valor, Justin Fisher comes out on top in the main event.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Josh Ward is going to stop this fight. 1 minute and 37 seconds into the second round. Your winner by TKO, Justin Fisher.
I'm here with your winner in the main event, Justin Fisher. Probably the biggest win in your career. You look amazing, dominating performance over a tough guy. Talk to me about the fight.
We knew coming in that Ben had a lot of experience. We knew that he was really good on the ground with the grappling. He was strong, definitely. Coming in weighing yesterday, I looked him over and I thought, man, this dude's long for this weight class. But he got in today to use his length pretty well. We kind of saw in the tapes that he loaded his punches a little bit, so we were waiting on that. Working on, you know, watching his rhythm, working off of that and keying on him. it really paid off. And I just want to thank God Father for His Son Jesus, for this mercy that He's shown me, that He's able to let me hook up with Knoxville Martial Arts Academy and Coach Eric Turner, Joey Zonar, training partners like Vince St. Preux, and every one of these winners and fighters out here tonight to represent KMAA and practice with me every day. Thank you, guys. Thank you to my family and my friends. Oh, I love you all. Oh.
Your winner, Justin Fisher.
Next time on Valor Fights. Local favorites return to the Valor cage looking to put on a show and pick up big professional wins, including Judd Babyface Brown, Josh Moto Besta Carter, and Amy Donkey Kong Coleman. That's next time here on Valor Fights.